Mamoswine EX was introduced in our latest set, Journey Together. While being a Stage 2 and taking a little bit to get set up, it shows to be a super strong and extremely impressive once it gets up and going. With its ability, Mammoth Hauler, it allows us to search our deck for any Pokemon, reveal it, and then put it into our hand. With Mamoswine's ability letting us set up other Pokemon, it enables our attack to do enormous amounts of damage and allow us to run our opponent down with Mamoswine's attack, Rumbling March, which does 180 damage plus 40 for each Stage 2 Pokemon on your bench. Pairing this with other important resources, such as Pidgeot EX to utilize Quick Search and maintain a steady pace throughout the game, and using Pokemon such as Garganacl from Paradox Rift or Blaziken EX from Journey Together, giving us a consistent energy base even when we're behind. Other Pokemon we can include is something like Luxray from Paldea Evolved and Klinklang from Stellar Crown. While yes, it's a lot of Stage 2 Pokemon, when set up fully and swinging, it makes it nearly impossible for your opponent to be able to make a comeback.
Now that's a lot of damage!
With the deck still being new to the best of 3 format, it's seen some play within Japan City League tournaments. These tournaments tend to be best of 1 tournaments rather than best of 3 tournaments, but it still has won a few tournaments, along with earning some other high finishes. The one thing that really sets the deck behind currently is trending decks both in Japan's format and our own, those decks being Counterbox and Raging Bolt. Even with these 2 decks running rampant in population, Mamoswine is still playable within the right hands. So here's my current Mamoswine EX deck list. I've had a lot of fun with it personally. I think there's a few things that could be improved. I just don't know what those are yet. I'm still testing a lot. Obviously our main attacker is going to be Mamoswine itself with the ability just searching for any Pokemon we want. Absolutely ridiculous. I've had turns in testing where I've gone, okay, Rare Candy into Mamoswine, and then evolve into another Mamoswine, evolve into Pidgeot, Quick Search for, at the time I was playing Blaziken instead of Garganacl. I don't know. There's just a lot of potential with it. Whether you play it, Mamoswine, as a support mon, which I think is incorrect. I think you'd play it as the attacker, or you play it as the attacker. Yeah, so our main attacker is going to be Mamoswine. Just hits a huge amount of damage. Super bulky. Our biggest weakness is decks that can one-shot. More specifically, Raging Bull. I found Golden Go a lot more winnable, just considering they have to use so many resources compared to Raging Bolt because they're doing extra damage for less energy. Because, what is it, 7 energy for Golden Go, and it's like 5 for Raging Bolt. It's just a lot more doable with Raging Bolt. Other matchup issue just being Teal Mask Ogerpon itself. So Counterbox is a big issue. You're still able to go around it if you can get set up quick enough. It's a weird match. It's a struggle. Support wise, we have our Pidgeot EX. Quick Search really helps with the deck itself, just maintaining the overall pace of the game. Don't need to explain more about that. Garganacl, this is just so we can keep that energy acceleration going. I've struggled the most with the deck when I'm going first and I go for a TM Evo play, or I'm going second and I go for a TM Evo play, and then I get the Evo play, whatever, but I don't have any energy on my other Piloswine on the bench, so my attach return doesn't necessarily matter because I'm not attacking. But Garganacl has let me pretty much say, okay, I'm able to get this turn 2 attack almost guaranteed now, whether I have the active one attacking or I have to build up a new one. Otherwise, support-wise, we just have a Fezandipiti, self-explanatory, gets knocked out, we get our 3 cards, cool. We're playing 1 Luxray. I've seen a lot of lists do 1 Luxray, 1 Klinklang. I've seen a lot of deck lists do 2 Luxray. I just don't think there's enough space for it. I like Luxray, don't get me wrong. I just don't. I have issues trying to fit other cards in if there's 2 Luxray. And then Cornerstone Ogerpon, its sole purpose is to get around our Mimikyu matches and our other Cornerstone matches. It's just, I know we're going to see those, and this is the only way I found consistently able to get around them. Supporter-wise, though, we have our 4 Arvens, 3 Ionos, 1 Turo, 1 Boss, 1 Iris, 1 Kieran. I was originally at 4 Iono. I think it's better to have an Iris rather than constantly refresh hands, because if your opponent's at 2 cards in their hand and it's early game, why would I want to give them 6? Or maybe I don't want to get rid of most of my hand with this Iono. Let me Iris instead to draw potentially what I need rather than get rid of the other cards I need. We're so bulky with Mamoswine. 1 Turo is just kind of a necessity. Super nice to have. It's overall kind of just helped. I've had Turo carry some of my matches. One boss. Most of the time we're playing from behind, so one boss is all I feel like we really need. If you don't do more, if you do like two boss, then you're dropping a counter catcher. But because we're doing two counter catcher and one boss, I think we're fine. Again, we're playing from behind 99% of the time. And then I have a Kieran in here. I was originally playing just a switch card, but then I realized having that potential choice of that extra 30 damage really, really makes a difference in some matches. So Kieran, it's literally either I'm going to switch or I'm doing more damage. It's self-explanatory for that. Item-wise, we're just doing 4 Rare Candy, standard amount for a Stage 2 deck. 3 Ultra Ball, I wanted 4. It's just hard to fit in, specifically with count-wise. I don't know what I would be getting rid of if I did a 4th one. 2 Poffin, that's all we need right now, considering we're playing Precious Trolley. 2 Counter Catcher, already mentioned and went over that. 2 Earthen Vessel, realistically, you could probably get away with 1, but I like the consistency of making sure I have an energy at least in hand. If I don't have Garganacl set up, even then I still like having an energy in hand. So 2 Vessel, it feels completely necessary in my opinion. 1 Precious Trolley. A-Spec kind of is weird with the deck because there's I've tried, I think 3 different A-Specs now, and there's still 2 more that technically I should be trying. Trolley is the one I found most consistent. The other ones that I've used is Heroescape and Grand Tree. It just with playing those 2 A-Specs, the deck is built a lot more differently, and you can't have these different tech cards such as Kieran or a Defiance Band because you have to have more resources, such as I need a 4th Ultra Ball now and I need 2 more Poffin. You know, yeah. Trolley just has felt the best, especially when I go second. It's my first turn. I played on the Arven for Trolley and Evo. It just feels great. 1 Super Rod and 1 Night Stretcher. You could do 2 Night Stretcher. I think 1 Super Rod is actually really beneficial to the deck because if I need to get another Mamoswine and I don't want to have to Night Stretcher for it, I'd rather Super Rod other things in and then be able to use its ability, get whatever I need. 2 TM Evo. I've mentioned a little bit now. We prefer to go second. We're trying to TM Evo our first turn. There's no reason to play any less unless you don't want the consistency of getting that turn 1 Evo. 1 Defiance Band. I'm still iffy on Defiance Band. I like it a lot. I think getting to KO stuff, such as like a Fezandipiti or a Teal Mask Ogerpon with a Luxray Defiance Band is super good for the deck. I've also had Defiance Band come in handy when I'm barely missing. Like if I only have 2 Stage 2s on the bench and I need like 10 more damage and I've already used Supporter for turn, Defiance Band has really helped Mamoswine. So it has its place within the deck. Stadium-wise, we're doing 1 Town Store. I want a 2nd stadium. Again, it's just the list is so incredibly tight. Town Store has also just kind of been useful. For example, if I'm playing an Iono that turn and I also want my Defiance Band, it just helps. Energy-wise, it's just 6 Fighting Energy. And then we're doing 1 Reversal Energy as well. Reversal Energy is only here for the Luxray. I mean, technically we can use it for our Garganacl. It's unlikely we're going to be ever attacking with it, but it's there. And then, I mean, 6 Fighting, technically 7 is fine. I've seen decks play 8 Energy, and they're all fighting, not a single Reversal. And they're still playing like 2 Luxray. I think you need a Reversal if you're playing Luxray personally. But I could be wrong. I could be playing the deck wrong. But this is just what's worked with my testing. I really enjoyed playing the deck, though. I'm considering playing this at my next regional. Obviously that's a little bit away. So, but yeah, that's my overall Mamoswine EX deck profile. Hope you enjoyed and have a good one.